the slides. Let's move on to the next topic, enterprise resource planning. If time permits, we'll go back again to the same topic at the end. And the changes which has taken place in the business environment has led to the enterprise systems also. It is the change management, the planned change which has taken place in the organization across the globe, and increasing competition, complexities, and the number of products, number of service, number of geographical locations. All this has led to the enterprise systems. Without that, they cannot operate. Yeah, we cannot imagine the telephone company, yeah, Airtel or Vodafone without the systems. We get itemized bill, number of calls made, number of hours we spoken to each other, number of hours the phones used. See today for the crime also, people are tracking the mobile locations, and the mobile location nearby 100 meter, what are the mobile phones which are on at that particular time, gives the details of the people who are involved in the crime. And it has become inevitable today. The technology, without the technology, we cannot do business at all. You cannot be in a business. You cannot survive for long. The organization or the firm will be out of the business soon if they don't imbibe the advanced technology, advanced softwares. They'll be out of the business soon. So enterprise resource planning is a software. Enterprise resource planning is ERP. ERP is a software used in an organization. Why do they use this? And how this evolved over the period. Maybe during the World War, yeah, it is not, systems are not something new, and it's not a bubble or a burst which happened suddenly. There were systems before, if not in India, in the World War II, may not be in one, in 1935, 45, there were scarce of resources, maybe to allocate soldiers or to send the food packets or the weapons, arms and ammunition. All this, they use the technology, the critical path method, POD, CPM, OR, operations management are used, material resource planning. Yeah, these softwares are used in the early 1950s for the after the World War, and everything has to come right, and many countries were struggling, and there were scarce resources, production has to happen. All these are the things uh, which made people to invent more on technology, and material resource planning. All this have started, and inventory management. All this have started in the early 1950s, 60s in the world. And there was a Y2K bug in 2000. Uh, do you know what is Y2K bug? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is it? For the
Madam,
benefit of other participants,
yes,
please. Yeah.
Madam, it was, as far as I know, I'll try to explain, Madam. It was
Yeah, please.
before year 2000. The date was taken in just 2 digits. And all the computers were tried to take the digit in four numbers, date in 4 numbers. So after 2000, 00, what will happen if it is 00? If anything is deducted from 00, the answer would not come correct. So that created a lot of confusion and problem, and so many things happened. The entire era went into computerization, and this last ending 00 in the date session was something problematic. This much I know, madam.
Yeah, that's correct. See, in the computers, when they designed, they were to store the date, they were using, yeah, now we have DD, MM, YY. Yeah, y. There are 4 digits. To save the space in the database, what they did was, instead of writing 1950, 50 was written. Yeah, 1947 instead of 1947, only 47. And 50 for 50, 60 for 60, 70 for 70, 80 for 80, 90 for 90, 99. Yeah, 1999. Last 2 digits were 99. And yeah, when 2000 came, it became 00. The computer cannot think. Yeah, computer can do the work whatever you say. It cannot think on its own and make it 2000. You have to do it. The programmer has to do it. So in 1999, it became, yeah, there was a problem which is identified in all the organization, that in 2000 everything becomes 00. The computer cannot differentiate with it, whether it is 1800, whether it is 1900, yeah, or 2000. Everything becomes 00, and all the transactions. Say for example, the bank, million transactions takes place every day. And with this bug, yeah, everything goes wrong. The annual years, the business years, all the transactions, everything's become 00. And the computer cannot identify what went wrong, and the data will go for a task. So that was a huge risk attached to the companies, and the companies thought of migrating the systems. Instead of using the older system, they wanted something new, something, yeah, they wanted to develop and to migrate the system to the newer system. And then this happened. ERP was there earlier also, but it happened in a big scale, that all the large companies shifted to the ERP software. And they corrected this error, Y2K bug, in the future systems. And that's how the systems were migrated, and everyone started using ERP solution. So what is ERP, which we are talking so much? ERP enterprise, the name itself says enterprise systems, enterprise resources system. Resources are scarce. The resources, it may be man, men, material, money, or methods, or process, or whatever. Everything is scarce, and you have to use it properly. And the slideshow is not happening. Once.
It is not even moving, madam. You can move it there.
Yeah, yeah. It's in the beginning page only. Something wrong. I'll stop sharing, and again I'll hope it moves now.
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Now it's
ma'am. It
okay.
is in slideshow, madam. Go ahead.
Going to the next slide.
No, madam, not yet.
No, madam.
No,
No,
madam.
madam. Use the arrow keys, madam.
Yeah, one second. I'll use this, then yeah. Can you see the pyramid?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll use this
ma'am.
method only. Yeah, there is a problem with my computer also. Yeah, there are different levels in an organization. All of us know this, that for the benefit of understanding, I have put this pyramid. And there is a operation level at the entry level, and if you go, it will reach to the C-level executives. C-levels include CEO, COO, CFO, CFOs, CTOs, all chiefs of the organization. It may, yeah, and horizontally we have divided into department: sales and marketing, manufacturing, finance, accounting. You can add as many as you want. As the big organization, you will have as many departments you want. And it depends on the convenience of the organization. You can add any number of departments. And as the complexity rises, number of products rises, and the number of geographical location rises, there will be many branches. And at each level, there will be a data flow. Data which flows and gives the right information at the right time to the right person to make right decisions. So information is called a strategic resource. Why we invest so much on software, so much on, see, you have invested so much on your telephone. Why? Is to get a right information. Information is a strategic resource. To get a right information at the right time, we have to invest on software. The end result is to get the right information to make a decision, right decision. So at each level, you have a different employees working, and they need instructions. They need the information at each level from different people involved, different departments involved, and all the departments, all the levels has to work together to make the organization profitable. And sales and marketing has to work with the manufacturing to manufacture. Say you have booked the cars, booked the car for Deepavali. Yeah, they'll give you New Year as a downtime release or a delivery date. And today it has booked, and the manufacturing has to get the information. Say, for example, the Maruti car has been booked in a retail show, Aras Car Motors in Mysore, and Armandavi Motors in Mysore. It has to go to the plant, and the plant has to start uh, uh, contacting the vendors, getting the resources, and then to start the production. So then the finance has to prepare the, coordinate with the manufacturing vendors, suppliers, the partners, everybody, and to prepare the bill and to send to the retail shop. And the retail shop has to inform the customers, get the remaining payment, or to arrange for the payment. All this has to happen when the delivery of the car happens. And the logistics, the movement of car from the production to the retail to the Mysore, Manesar plant, which is the largest plant of Maruti Suzuki cars, which is situated in Haryana. And the car has to move through the lorry and to the come to the Mysore and to the retail location, and then to inform to the customers and the delivery. All this is a huge process to deliver one single car. They will be doing lakhs of cars, selling lakhs of cars every day. And this has to go without stopping the production, without stopping the sales, without stopping the finance. Everything has to run business as routine jobs. And everything has to get the right information at the right time. When you are not connected, when there are no connection, there is a Mysore, you have a retail shop, and there is a production unit in Haryana, and then it has to come to you again, and then the customer is somewhere else. Customer is in Nanjangud, and you have to call him and tell him, yeah, the car is ready, and pay the bill and take the car. All these are the things. There is a nice island of information where in the older system, people have to connect difficult connections, and there was no accurate information available in the older system to reach to the customer, reach to the suppliers, partners, and to the production, and to the finance or HR. All this had a problem. Along with Y2K bug, we had all this integration problem. There was so many hardware, software. See, my system is something different. You are using all the 40 people, 60 people who are there in the Zoom meeting are using their own systems, their own Windows, their own operating system, their own systems at home, system at their place. So there may be some problem. There is a common platform which integrates all of us here is Zoom, and we are all there visible, and we are interacting. That is the common platform which are using and giving the connectivity. There was a poor connectivity earlier, and there was voice breakage or the slide share problem. All these are the problems which we face when we don't have a common platform or the common database in our organization. So if the technology is old, if the operating system is older, if my apps are not uploaded, there may be a problem with the connectivity, with the internet connectivity, with the telephony, with the all this can happen with the older system. There can be, there may not be a trained users as well. Employees may see when the core banking softwares were introduced in India, there were employees who could not adapt to the technology. Yeah, they were saying, say there will robots will come, technology will come, we'll lose the job. This is the common fear with the employees, and they don't try to learn new technology when it is introduced. And core banking software was introduced. Many banking permanent employees are given a option, voluntary retirement services. They retired, sorry, voluntarily retired from the services because they could not adapt to the change which has taken place in the technology. All the banking employees were given an option to voluntarily retire if they cannot learn or adapt to the technology. Then they give a high lump sum amount and retired from the job, and they hired the new employees and trained them. Yeah, younger employees, and they trained them. That happened. That happened with the existing employees. So this can be a current scenario in many of the organization before implementing new technology. So BPO ERP is a solution which uses the common platform, common database, and single entry. Single entry means you cannot change the entry which you have made. Yeah, you have entered here that you have booked the car. Yeah, booked the car as Mandavi Motors today. And it has been entered by the sales executives. And this is for the desired car. Everything reflects and shows in the relevant department, relevant departments in the organization. It shows in the, it pop-ups in production, pop-ups in finance, pop-ups in HR, pop-up in marketing and sales. Higher authorities can see this. All this happens with a single entry. So it is a company-wide integrated information system covering all functional areas, be it sales, manufacturing, finance, accounting, or HR. All these are the different departments. Where it is entered in sales department can be, you have the rights. You can see the message, you cannot see the message, you have the rights. And you can put the rights, and it can be visible in all organization, company-wide, covering all functional areas. Performs corporate activities and increases customers service. All these are the benefits. Why we are talking about ERP solution? Yeah, it is using the latest technology advancement. Today, I gave you an example of a telephone firm. You cannot have a telephone company without technology, because so many subscribers, so many users. How do you develop a itemized bill? How do you develop a plan for them? All this can happen with the technology. Now today it's happening over application. So the geographical areas covered and the latest technologies, all these have become the issues where technology, one solution need to be for the better management to satisfy customers with high expectation. Customers see loyalty is at stake, be it personal or professional. The customer don't stay back. They have many options and affordable rates, dozens of competitors. There is a cutthroat competition around us. It is not healthy competition. They are just doing, it's a war. There is a war for the same customer. Sorry, same customer. And there is a competition. There are so many companies which starts and wind up in a month's time. Survival is a stake. Survival is very difficult due to the customer the customer retention handling customers. Customer retention is the biggest challenge because they have many opportunities available, many options available at the same price, and they don't have to stay back if you don't delight them. See, is not only satisfying the customer, you have to go one level above. Delighting them is a order of the day today, because there are so many companies offering same services with a similar pricing or less than what you are charging, and they're ready to compromise with the brand if something better available with the brandless products as well. So building the brand image and making the customer stick to the company, bringing in the loyalty program, it's all, they're spending so much on customer relationship management. Customer relationship management because to find a new customer, you have to spend 5 to 6 times more than serving the existing customer. You don't have to tell him every time that we are good, because yes, use the product and you know that you are the best, and you don't have to tell him from the beginning. And upgrading the existing users, upselling the existing users are very easy for the organization, and it happens with a less cost. So achieving cost control, all this, and to be competitive, being competitive, having more technology advancement, all this can happen with the ERP solution. So ERP is a software. Finally, it's just a software. It's people who would make it work. Yeah, which addresses our enterprise needs, taking the process in view. You should know the process. Yeah, process, order process, maybe the finance, maybe general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets, cash management, forecasting, product cost accounting, cost center accounting, asset accounting, tax accounting, credit management. Under one financial management, you have so many processes for all this. Likewise, in HR, you may have the payroll, personal planning, career development, or employee benefits, salary, compensation, work plan, performance management. All these are the part of HR. You should know the process in view of the process should be strong. Then you can integrate all the functions under a common software platform. So you will have a single database, single platform, single entry, integrated all the integral part of a organization with the software. So there is no manual thing here. Everything is automated. Automation is a paradigm shift which we are talking about. The entire redesigning of the organization from the manual to the automation. So this happened. See, I gave an example in the beginning itself. The systems are not happened suddenly. It was there earlier also. Maybe the sizes were big, the memory was small, and over the time there was R&D, and then in the earlier stages they were used only for inventory control and material resource planning. If not in India, in other countries, developed countries like USA or UK or Japan, there are the technology advancement is so much. And 80s manufacturing resource planning, extended MRP to the shop floor and distribution management. In 90s, ERPs were introduced, but after 2000, it was become a global companies are using, and increasingly more connected internally as well as with the other companies. That is extended ERP. If you are connected to the partners, suppliers, customers, public, government. Apart from internal entities, you are connected to the others outside entities as well, stakeholders as well. So the enterprise system, so there is a single database. If you can see this image, there is a business process which is strong. You should have a strong business process. If you have a customized business, the software has to be customized to your business process. But ISO certification, yeah, there is a international standard organization, a CMMI level certification. You have a different standard altogether, which will have a definite process, and you have to follow this process. And there are standard system which can fit to the softwares. So if you are using the standard benchmark of the market leader in that industry, so it will be easier to follow this, because standard proven than customizing your own or experimenting your own methods, and you will not be meeting the standards quality. All this can be a challenges for the system. So whatever the system, before implementing, the change has to take place in an organization. So system implementation in an organization is called change, planned change. So planned change in an organization, it may be firm structure and organization, or management and technology and businesses, yeah, more efficient operation and customer driven. Finally, it is customer is the king. Whatever you are doing is to get the same share of the customer and same money, which you are, all the companies are trying to get it. So it is not only the customer, the software which is costly. Other than the software, other than owning the software is a capital investment. Other than that, there may be other charges like implementation. Implementation is daunting. Implementation, as you have to understand. Say you are an IT company, you don't know how bank works, and you have to understand the entire banking system to implement the software. See, ICICI Bank is using Finacle, the software, core banking software of Infosys. SBI is using a core banking software from TCS. So they are the IT professionals. They don't know how bank works. They have to get the training, yeah, the subject experts, business analysts, all the specialist training to know the process first and to implement the technology at every stage. It may take 3 to 4 years to implement the software, yeah, and to get the returns out of it. They've implemented the software, there may be errors, bugs in the software. All this can be a challenge. See, SBI, one of the ATM in Mysore was giving money to all the ATM users. It was a bug. There was a bug in a ATM. Those who don't have a minimum balance, they were also getting the money from the ATM. I had 5,000 rupees in my bank, and if I put the card and take 10,000 rupees, it was giving the money. And this news spread across the city, and there was huge rush in front of the ATM to take the money, because it was giving free money from whoever puts the ATM, SBI ATM. So this is how it was malfunctioning, and finally SBI traced all the people who took the money and converted that into loan, and put the interest to the people who have taken the money, and finally they recovered. But recovery also takes a long time, and all this process incurs cost and bad name to the organization, and all this, the errors in systems which may cost million to the organization. So that there may be a implementation problem in our organization. Along with the cost of ownership, there may be, you have to buy the hardware, database, consulting fees, and the training to the employees. There may be the personal cost which is attached. So implementation may cost 5 to 6 times the software cost. So everything included in the implementation of a software. So it may cost more than the software charges. All this can be implemented correctly. It can be a very beneficial to the organization, or it may a peril to the organization at your own risk. Yeah, you may take a risk. And the ERP expectations is integrating all the functions. This is expectation, and this should happen with the implementation. Otherwise, there may be an errors which may lead to the malfunctioning of the technology and to the organization or the firm. So it should improve the process. There should be a better coordination. Yeah, there should be good management decision by availability of right information to the right person at the right time. There should be a reduction in inventory cost. There should be a less time from order to delivery time, and there should be a consumer profitability. Finally, the customer should get profit out of it. Otherwise, why do we invest? That is, you should give in a lesser price and to make more margin, more profits. All these are the cost software requirement has to be addressed. So when we are planning to implement ERP, these are the expectations we have it in our mind. And for this, we conduct a feasibility study. Feasibility study is to see what is feasibility study, just to make you awake. Yeah. We should not be in one-sided talk. What is feasibility study? What is feasibility?
Madam, is
Whether
it
it is
regarding the technical
Whether-
feasibility?
Yeah, whether it is practically implementable or not.
Yes, whether it is viable,
Why?
whether it is
Yes.
practically viable. Can we do it? Yeah, we cannot dream of something which is impossible, or which is not practically viable. So whether it is feasible or not for our organization, someone is doing somewhere, and can we do it? If we are doing it, do we have all the requirements? If yes, then we go ahead. So it so happened with Kingfisher flights. Yeah, he gave all luxury to the flyers when he started Kingfisher. Yeah, with all air hostess, models, all were paid high, and there were luxury seating, luxury items were given, food was given, all this, and they did not think of the viability. Finally, it is out of the market today. So yes, the fuel prices rises, the tax rises, there is a compliances, everything has to be met. Now it's out of the market. And we also diversified into some unrelated industries as well. All this have become the reasons for exit of the company. So the feasibility study is to see whether this is practically applicable to our organization, whatever we are manufacturing, whether can we applicable to this type of organization. So you do the need assessment. Everything starts with a problem. So problem has to be defined properly. Problem defined, clearly solved. So you have to see whether what is the problem with our organization. We are not delivering our customers in time. There is large time which is taken from order to delivery. People are switching to other companies. Maybe our supply chain management is not proper. No particular information of tracking the information of logistics. Our employees are leaving the organization. Employee retention is a challenge. Our compensation plans are not so competitive with the other organization. There may be any problem with HR, finance, or manufacturing, or sales and marketing. You identify the problem. What is the problem? Whether this will be solved by implementing ERP, that is the next question. So need assessment is that you have to see what is the problem or inefficiencies or error in an organization, and to then pursue whether it is feasible to see the next resource assessment. Resources. What are the resources required to implement a ERP? Money and time. Do we have time? Can we spend 1 year for implementation of ERP? By then, what about the competitors, customers, employees? Everything has to go on. Everything has to go with the implementation. It will not stop. So you have to see whether we have sufficient money, whether we have sufficient money to buy a software, whether we have a sufficient money to buy a hardware, by a database, by networking, by consultation, by training for organization. These are the things, everything needs money. So do we have sources? Because it is a strategic investment, like a capital investment, land, machineries, like that. This is also a strategic investment. If we have money, can we make it inside or can we hire third party? We have a competence. See, can we give it to the Infosys or TCS? For that, we need money. We have money already. So can we give it to outsource it to somebody? What is outsourcing is to give it to the specialist, somebody who is specialist in that area. So you have to check that. And then technical feasibility. Technical feasibility is something, whether we have a hardware, software, database, and then networking, computers. Do we have a space for all that? Do we have a technical people around us? Do we have trainers? If not, can we afford? If yes, then go ahead. If not, if you cannot afford, you have to drop the plan here. Otherwise, you have to go ahead with the implementation. Next is company culture. Culture. I told you about the core banking implementation in the banks. The company culture was that they did not learn. So they are the permanent employees, government employees, they cannot do anything. So they thought of VRS. Will they adapt to the new system? Change. Yeah, change is the permanent thing. Will they adapt to the change, or there will be a strike, or there will be a resistance from the employees? This happened when any change in the organization, this will happen. Maybe the uniform which they set up, or the Ola Ubers were introduced. All auto rickshaws went for a strike. Now all autos have been converted into the Ola Ubers now. They all run with the Ola Ubers now. See, this is how users have adopted the new technology. When first it was introduced, they thought they'll lose the job. But after that, they came to know that Ola Uber don't own any auto or any car. They'll use the existing users, existing autos, and then they are the service providers. Then everyone shifted to this thing, the technology. And culture is the one which the change encourages. Yeah, the change is the only permanent thing which can happen in the organization or individually or professionally. So whether we are ready to accept the change, yes, then go ahead, go to the next. So next is this. What is the benefits of feasibility study? Is to make an informed decision why we conduct feasibility study is to, now we know that we are technically feasible, economically feasible, and the resources feasible, and the culture is feasible. So our organization is feasible for the change, and it is an informed decision that plan change. We'll change for the betterment. That is what happening. And mitigate risk. Mitigating risk, you cannot avoid risk. You can only minimize, yeah. And to mitigate some of the risk, which are at the identified at the early level, are the predictors. Whatever the risk which you can forecast, and then and gain a comprehensive feedback and form consensus. Organization, there will be so many democratic way of coming to the consensus, and they'll use this and make a planned change. And this is a Levin's model of change, accepting the change, unfreezing. We say no, unlearning, learning, relearning in education. Likewise, unfreezing, moving, refreezing, yeah, exploring, diagnosing the problem, planning for it's a process. You don't have to go through all the processes. They may skip in between, and transform to actual change effect, stable the change, terminate the relationship in the scouting, entry, diagnosing, planning, action, exploring, yeah, planning, action, integration. There are different researchers over the period have researched the organizational change for the organization change for the technology upgradation. So the first stage in a upgradation is called automation. First, any change which you are doing, say general ledger, you are writing it in a book, you use Tally or yeah, advanced Excel. You do it, that's a first level of automation. So low risk and low returns in the first level. You have, yeah, whatever you are typing, writing in the book, that you type in the computer. So that's a first level in the any organization change. Then rationalization, rationalizing the process, cut down unwanted processes. Say to get the loan, you may go verify is land, building, is relatives, is credibility, is credit worthiness, or anything. You send so many people to check everything, and they come back and give you a report. Then you pass this application to the next level. There may be many processes that can all can be, yeah, come down to a one single process. There may be a single window clearance. You don't have to wait so long to get a loan to approve. All these have been applicable in the banks now. So rationalizing the process, removing the unwanted process in the giving a loan, is rationalizing. So rationalization of the process, you cut down unwanted things. Re-engineering is business process re-engineering. So it is constructing a new way of doing things, new way of working for that. Business process re-engineering, developing. It is like a customized solution for an organization. Make for that. It's like a boutique. Yeah, there are so many ready-made dresses available in the retail shops. You need a customized boutique dress. Yeah. So you get a customized design, which is not there everywhere. So that is business process re-engineering. You customize it to your body measurement, your organization structure, your organization management, your products, your services, and your geographical location. That is re-engineering the existing and to make it change. Lastly, the paradigm shift. Paradigm shift is completely quashing the old one and making the new one. You are no more existing, yeah, no old things. Everything is new, and there is a complete takeover of paradigm shift is complete takeover of organization, redesign and restructuring the organization to get the new one. That is paradigm shift. Paradigm shift, then BPR. And just automating the existing business process leads BPR. Yeah, brings out the deficiency. We have third one is the BPR here. Re-engineering is the BPR. So the BPR paradigm shift may happen at the end. If nothing works long, you will squash the old one and take the new one altogether. You will leave that industry and start another industry itself. That is paradigm shift, or something new which is not there, inventing something which is not there. That is paradigm shift. So the business process re-engineering will give a new way of coming out of the deficiency which are there right now. So there are so many errors, so many deficiency, so many unused process, unwanted process, all that are removed from the organization. That is BPR. How do you do this? It has a long process. First, you see what you want to make, what is existing, what are unused, remove that, put the usable things, and finally freeze it. That is the process of BPR. First, see what is there, yeah, and then what you want to do, and then remove the old one and put the new one, and see the feedback, whether it is working properly, and then you freeze with that. And everything is subject to change. It is not that once you freeze you cannot do it. First you understand the existing system associated with all the functionality, draft and frame the possibilities and ways to simplify and improve, eliminate process, implement the ERP. These are the simple steps which are there in a change management. So any technology implementation calls for BPR. Without that, you cannot do. There should be a change in the process to match to the software. If you are buying world-class software, you will suit that. Otherwise, you will customize the software to match to your process. So that can happen. There may be some processes which you don't want to change. So you ask the programmer to understand your process and customize the software to your requirement. That may be very costly. That may be costly affair because standard is not matching. They have to redesign everything and to do it. So it may be very costly affair for the organization. So that can happen. You can make, you can buy, you can make using external resources. First one is make with the IT team internally, and then make with the IT team internally, or buy the softwares available. There are ready softwares like SAP, Oracle, BAN, PeopleSoft. These are the ERP softwares available in the market. You can buy if you are using certain standards, international standards. This will match to your organization. If not, you have to make it with the external resources. They have to, anyway, for implementation, consultants will come in between. So the external users, maybe IT companies, any IT companies which are specialized in ERP making. So they'll come in between and they give you a ERP solution for your organization. So ERP can be, you can buy it in 3 ways. Make, if you have IT employees in your organization, they can build on their own. If you don't have IT employees, can you recruit? If yes, you can make it internally. It's like cooking. There is a birthday party tomorrow. I want to cook. If I know cooking, I can do. If I can't do, can I bring the cook and make it? Yes, that can be possible. Or can I buy from outside hotel? Yes, there are so many multi-cuisine. There may be Thai food, there may be Chinese food. You name the country, there are vendors available. You buy a food outside. That is a second option. That is outsourcing. Buying, you completely outsource it to somebody because you don't know how to cook. Third is you have a external resources. You catering services. You approach the catering services. They'll do according to your convenient. Maybe for 50 people, maybe for 100 people. According to your convenient, they'll design a. Likewise, the software is also make by or make with the outsourcing with the external this thing. So there may be tailor-made ERP solutions available. So when you choose the product, what are the parameters to be considered? When you are buying a ERP software solution, you think that you are a cloth manufacturers like Reed and Taylor. You need to implement ERP solution for an organization. There may be one other company, maybe South Indian paper mills. They manufacture paper. They want to implement a ERP solution. Both are different manufacturing setup. Both are manufacturing, but different products. Now you take up the hospitality industry. There may be ITC resorts. They are into the hotels and accommodations, refreshments, and tourism. Their function is completely different. So you have to see the functionality and available in the software. So you have to see the services organizations are different, product organizations are different, manufacturing are different. Out in the manufacturing, there are multiple products and services. So which will suit the organization, which software will suit the organization, that we have to see in the analyze in the gap analysis and to see. So you can adopt directly or change the way firm does the business and customization to suit the process. So adapt directly. See, we buy antivirus outside. We install ourselves because it is very simple. You don't need someone to guide you. You just download it and install it and go with the process, and it will do its job. And when you are buying something, you have to compromise on so many other things because it is not customized to your requirement. It has standards. There are so many bugs which are included. There are so many which are not included. So you have a specific problem in your organization. So you want to have a antivirus which is specific to your process and the threat which is involved in your organization. So you will customize that to the requirement of the organization. So implementation process starts with the pilot study. Pilot study is implementing one branch and see how it works, or one or two branches and see how it works. That is pilot study. It is a parallel run. It means that the business is running simultaneously. And the implementation is running also. It will also running simultaneously. So it will maybe they'll give you 90 days free, 30 days free. Some softwares are available. That is pilot. After using some days for free, you have to renew it for the usage. Otherwise, it will expire. There are so many softwares which are available online for free. Then after some time, you have to renew it with they'll take your credit card and then you have to renew it, or it gets automatically billed to your credit card if you're using after 30 days. Within 30 days, you have to disconnect that. That is the process in a pilot study. So what happens after implementation? Regular monitoring is required. Maintenance is required. The tuning of hardware, software, upgrading is required. Upgrading is every time you have to update otherwise it will malfunction. It will not work as required. So there are critical success factors which you need to concentrate. There should be a dedicated team which is working on the ERP, because multiple location, millions of customers and millions of the subscribers, partners, vendors, and employees, different levels of organization, everything has to, yeah. And say, for example, in a bank, the point, yeah, 0.11 error, 0.1 error may cost millions to the bank. The dot which has to be put here as put after one, it becomes 1 million. So the 0.01 errors may cost millions to the banks. So you have to be very dedicated team which will be working, right? Technical infrastructure is needed. Otherwise, it will malfunction. Yeah, everything will malfunction. And disasters may happen. Disaster, say, the natural calamities, the tsunami, earthquake. If not in Mysore or in Karnataka, it may happen anywhere in India or anywhere in the world. See, Japan is so, yeah, prone to the earthquakes. They have disaster recovery centers in India. So anything happens to their company, their data, they have a backup. Every day there will be a backup which is stored in India. In Delhi, where there is no sea, no river, no, yeah, they have a safest, they find the safest places. Mysore is the safest place in, yeah, of course. And they will have a disaster recovery centers where there, yeah, many US companies having disaster recovery centers in India. Many Japanese companies are having disaster recovery centers. It's not only in their location. Yeah, they have all security information which can be put and to solve the problem which is there. So after implementation, what's next? Beyond ERP. What is beyond ERP is connecting to outside stakeholders. We are talking about supply chain management, customer relationship management, and the enterprise management till now. If you go beyond the internal stakeholders, you have the partners, government, suppliers, vendors, customers, public. All this, we are, as an organization, we are answerable to all of them. So beyond ERP is extendable to the general public and to the customers and to the government, partners, suppliers. Yeah, all these are the external stakeholders of a business. So we have SAP is the number one ERP solution. SAP, now we have R/4, and SAP means system application and products. It's a expansion of SAP. Yeah, SAP systems, application, and product. And world's largest enterprise and, yeah, software suppliers. Now we have R/4 and HANA software, and it has all these modules which integrates, yeah, HR. It may be new procedure and roles of each employees. Yeah, automation of personal administration, benefits, workforce planning, compensation, performance management, or employee relationship, training, development. Yeah, all people issues are connected. Attendance. Yeah, manual attendance, signing in the ledger. It had so many drawbacks, and finally they came up with a barcode. And even that had so many problems. Then they came up with a fingerprint. Even that had so many problems. Then they came up with a retina scan. These are all the software which are connected to the HRM. Attendance monitoring, benefit monitoring, yeah, allocation of resources, training, development, and compensation. All these are the things, maybe in production, efficient way of doing. Efficient, maybe less errors, less waste, less time. Yeah, highly productive means the input should be lower. Input should be lower, and material management, all this financial supply management, sales and distribution. Sales and distribution may be the from the order to delivery, lead generation, order management, customer service, or the CRM. All these are the things which have been used in the uh, sales and delivery, and plant maintenance, quality management. TQM is managing quality from the smaller level to the, from the input to the output, from the resources to the end of the finished goods. Yeah, from the McDonald's makes finger chips, the potatoes they check the potatoes for the shape of the potatoes, size of the potato, yeah, color of the potato. All this on the inventory. Quality, maintaining quality throughout. When the input is right, when the raw materials are perfect, you will get the better finished goods. So everything will have a same size, same shape, same color. You see the French fries or finger chips. The entire quality is maintained through the purchase of the potatoes from the contract farming. Yeah, the seeds of the potatoes were given. The farmers are managed. The farmers are trained. All these are the things they are doing to maintain the quality throughout, from the raw material to the end product to the organization. So this so happens, and there is a risk. What are the risks involved in an organization? Threat. What are the threat involved? There can, what are the threat involved in an anyone threat involved? Threats.
Competitions.
Competition. Technology risk.
Technology.
Technology risk, obsolescence.
What are technology risk?
Yeah, because technology is getting outdated, obsolete so often that this risk will be continuously, it will be there.
What are the other risks
They can
involved
be
in?
virus attacks.
Security.
Yeah, security. See, the lack of competent staff, maybe 70%. Data breach. Data, see, people may carry the important data outside the organization. It's happening with all the organization because of the connectivity, storage devices, pen drives, and all internet, emails. There can be a cyber attack which can happen. Yeah, there can be employee errors, human errors. Yeah, ransomware. All bugs can happen with the digital risk. Can be with the IoT devices, maybe 60%, mobile devices maybe 54%, cloud technology maybe. Yeah, so these are the threats which are involved. Yeah, with the privacy threats and the system vulnerability. Vulnerability, it is open to the threat. Systems are always open. Your mobile is an example. There may be a bug which may malfunction the phone. That can happen. And the banking password, OTP. There are so many who are taking money from others' account. So that can happen with organizations also, the banking transactions also. So they have to be very careful when they system vulnerability is a topic to be addressed seriously before implementation of the software. It is open to the customers, suppliers, vendors, and to the public and to the employees. There may be a chances that anyone may misuse the information available there. So there may be a cyber crime. See, there are so many things of different name, which finally means that this is a bad or a crime. You may call that laundering, fraud, vandalism, theft, porn, terrorism, stalking, anything. Finally, it ends up to a crime. It's it's increasing day by day. Systems, we are talking technology so much. Finally, we end up losing money, losing reputation, losing so many resources, brand. All this can happen with a single click, single there are teams, like terrorist. There is a cyber terrorism. There is an anti social teams which are working on this. There are making easy money by cheating someone. Why do they do that? They don't want to earn by difficult method, by putting effort. They just want easy method of making money, becoming millionaires. So they take the shortcuts. Shortcut is to cheat someone or fraud or all this. And you see today the usage of mobile has led to the exhibiting so many personal information, exhibiting photos, public display of affection. That's the major source, is to make others envy, make others feel that they don't have this. That's the human instincts, to make the neighbors jealous, or their friends jealous. They're putting all their wealth, possession, their images on the social media, which may lead to the terrorism and porn. And there may be a theft also. There are people who put up that I am flying. What about the home he has left it? In his native. All these things goes for a task. Everything is connected. People are watching. We have to be conscious, and everything will be under threat. How much is information is required? How much to whom? Why it is required? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself to reduce this. So how do you reduce this cyber crime? Is to self-control is the best method, along with antiviruses and other softwares which you are putting. The rights given to others, and usage of information by others, and how much information you are putting. All these are the, you cannot take anything out of the organization, because there is a safety, security, there is a barcode, all this. If you go to the mall, there are so many things which are displayed. No one can take a single thing outside. There is a big billion day, millions of customers in a mall. There is a huge rush. There are people waiting in the queue to get so many products and iPhones, and they cannot take anything out, even though there is a crowd, because there is a technology which is managed. Door will not open. But this is something which is internal, which you can, it is a content. Your photo is displayed. Anybody can be morph that, and can be used somewhere. So we have to be very careful when we display the information, and to reduce the offense. We will. So enterprise security is most important, and it is every organizations has to focus on cyber protection and to implement security softwares. There are many, the best of the best softwares available today, everything with a premium price. So all this has to be taken care after implementation of any good technology for the organization. So thank you very much for the patience hearing. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Good afternoon, madam.